Hey guys, my name is Emma, and today I'm going to be discussing machine translation, specifically the application Google Translate and the ways in which it helps to promote Rheingold's literacies of participation and collaboration. Basically, machine translation is translation completed by computer software, and at its most rudimentary level, the translation is typically accomplished by substituting words in one language for words in another. However, this typically does not result in the most accurate form of translation in that it doesn't take into account recognition of entire phrases or the nuances of expression across languages. Therefore, machine translation has evolved and continues to evolve with the introduction of technologies such as statistic-based or example-based translation, and this helps to improve the efficacy and the accuracy of the translation. So where does Google Translate fit in with all of this? Let's find out. Google Translate is probably one of the most widely known machine translation technologies available. But for those who do not know, it is a multilingual machine translation application developed by Google to translate text at no cost to its users. I'm sure many of us are familiar with Google Translate from when we were in high school, trying to speed through that French homework, or when you went home to look up the latest swear word in a different language so that you could curse in front of your parents without them knowing what you were saying. It's a fairly easy to use, easily accessible application for everyday use. One needs only enter a word in their chosen language into the text box on Google Translate and choose their translated language, so the language they'd like their word to be translated into, and hit the button Translate. What results is immediate cross-language translation of the word. And as of 2016, Google now uses what is called the Google Neural Machine Translation technology, which is described by the Google Research blog as an end-to-end learning framework that learns from millions of examples and significantly improves translation quality. This Google Neural Machine Translation technology has allowed Google Translate to translate over 100 languages and up to 140 billion words per day. Although it's not perfect, it has definitely come a long way from translating simply dog to chien. So, with all of this innovation comes greater ease of use and greater accuracy for Google Translate. And with greater ease of use and greater accuracy, that allows for greater participatory and collaborative communication. Rheingold writes that participation is a broad literacy. 1.5 billion people are online, and that there is something to be learned about how to participate in a way that is valuable to others as well as to yourself. When we consider the large population of the world that does not speak or read English fluently, which used to be the dominant language of the internet until recent years, Google Translate and other associated translation applications can really help to open up the doors for people of all language backgrounds. For example, Google Translate offers the ability to translate entire websites, social media sites like Facebook, work-related applications like LinkedIn, and news sources like the Vancouver Sun or the New York Times. All of which allows someone like Miguel, who does not read English fluently, the opportunity to participate online. He can now go online and connect with friends, which is something that is valuable to himself. He can apply his skills to the workforce in the market, a valuable skill for the market, and read up on current events online. This gives him a sense of what Rheingold might call a sense of purpose or being in the world, that now that he has the ability to go online and engage and interact. This is what is called active participation, which leads into the literacy of collaboration. Rheingold claims that using the technologies and techniques of participation allows people to work together collaboratively in ways that were either too difficult or too expensive to attempt before the advent of social media Just similarly, using Google Translate and participating with that allows people to communicate in a more collaborative manner as well. Just like the internet has made irrelevant space and time when it comes to communication, Google Translate offers the technology to help overcome language barrier as well. Say in a hypothetical situation, you have Mr. Smith, who is an associate at a large Canadian business firm and is asked to collaborate on a project with Mr. Lee, an associate at the firm's Chinese branch. Both of them can come together using Google Translate's Translate a Document feature in order to compile and compare results and data for their upcoming project. Also, Google Translate is compatible with apps like WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger to provide real-time translation directly in the app. So they don't need to use Google Translate on a separate web page to translate each other's messages back and forth. It also helps when Mr. Smith is asked to go and travel to visit Mr. Lee in China, because Google Translate has the opportunity and offers the technology to translate photos. This will help Mr. Smith get to his meeting with Mr. Lee without getting lost, as it allows him to translate street signs, business names, and even that hastily written note he got at the airport that's really scribbly and hard to read. Google Translate offers the technology to help translate that as well. All of these uses of Google Translate help to show the ways it can enhance collaborative efforts, which Reingold claims gives us more power than doing things alone. I think that the very advent of Google Translate demonstrates this quite well, without the cooperation and the collaboration involved in continued efficacy and accuracy of the translation that the technology provides, there would not be any technology. So it's really something that learns and grows from the collaboration and the collaborative efforts of the people behind and the people using Google Translate. Overall, I think that Google Translate offers a multitude of translation tools, whether you use it for school or work, or to connect with people, your friends, communicate, to order at a restaurant, or even help you on a trip to a foreign country when you can't read the street signs. The applications seem to be limitless. And additionally, in researching this topic, Google Translate, machine translation in general, it allowed me to come to a deeper understanding of Reingold's literacies of participation and collaboration. In learning about the ways that language really influences our ability to work together and share ideas, as well as allow everyone to find their place on the internet and in cyberspace. I think that as Google Translate grows and improves through the collaborative efforts and cooperation of the people who develop it, as well as everyday people like you and me who use it to help us with our communicative abilities, it will continue to be a valuable asset for online communication, as well as an application that you can pull out and use in your daily life as well.